What's up guys, Perry here, and it's 1 in the morning, so I don't know if I can count this day as a triple upload or if it's just the next upload for today, but anyways, in this video we're going to be soloing floor 60 of Tower of Eternity. Now, I mean, obviously we're going to be soloing it, it's only solo, but you get what I'm trying to say. Tower of Eternity, floor 60, no mythics. Let's do a quick rundown of the team for anyone that's not aware. Our main DPS is going to be Electric Cyborg, and he's also our only way of dealing with flying units because he's our hybrid. Make sure you get a critical trait on this guy because his turret procs crit and so does his main attack, so it's just a match made in heaven. Up next we have Cursed Archer, which is the new legendary in the banner. He's our heal unit. Heal doesn't really matter, but he's our only bleed unit. And he comes in clutch against regen bosses, so yeah, make sure you keep this guy handy. Up next, we have Cursed Fighter, or Yuji, and this guy is our debuff unit, because if you don't know what he does, he hits enemies, he applies fear, and fear makes enemies take more damage, so this guy is vital for all of our runs. Up next, we have Admiral of Ice, or Aokiji, and he's our slow unit, so that's why we have him, he's utility. And, you know, we have our Bulma and our Pink Rockstar because they are our farm units. So, you know, let's not keep waiting and let's get right into the run. So, in all of these runs, the first thing that you're going to want to do is farm, right? You want to farm as much as possible so you can have as much money as possible. Because that's really the only thing that's going to carry you into the late game. But I guess I use the word late game with a pinch of salt because it's only 15 waves, but you get what I'm trying to say. And the game is being painfully slow right now. There we go. Alright, so these guys are going to start coming in. We're going to pretend they don't exist. And we're just going to place our Pink Rockstar. And after that, and we get a little bit more money, we are going to place another farm unit. It's going to be our first Bulma. Or Bloomer, whatever you want to call her. Now, right here, you're going to want to place an actual unit to deal with these guys because they're getting a little far on the track. So just place a Electric Cyborg and you'll be good. Let me turn on SFX so it looks a little bit better on you guys' end. There we go. Yeah, so place him. He'll be able to solo for a little while. And that's going to give you time to upgrade your farms. So the name of the game for the early game of these runs is just farm, farm, farm. You want to be as greedy as possible. Because keep in mind, we have no mythics. So our damage is going to be pretty lackluster compared to other people's teams. But nonetheless, I wanted to continue this series because I've been neglecting it for a little bit. I realized it's been like 2 days. I don't know how much time, but it's been a little while since I did my no mythics run of Tower of Eternity. So I thought, you know, I can't sleep. Now's as good of a time as any. So if you were watching the video, you know, we upgraded our farms a little, but we made sure to place 3 Electric Cyborgs because these guys are going to be able to carry us all the way until around 10 or 11. So in the meantime, you can already guess what we're going to do. Farm, farm, farm. We are just going to keep upgrading our farm units. Don't worry about the Electric Cyborgs yet. Don't worry about upgrading them until later on. Because, you know, the 3 of them with their turrets and their critical trait, they're going to be able to completely solo this. No issues. And nothing of the sort. Another sneak peek for the game came out. And it was something about a new, like, obtainable resource that you can't alt farm. Which is honestly kind of exciting. The devs, you know, adding valuable items in the game that you can't just, you know, run a macro for is actually a pretty promising new feature. Now, we have to wait to see how it actually gets implemented, and knowing this community, we're gonna find a way to macro it within a day. I give it like maybe a day, 2 at max before you start seeing the videos. New best macro. Must use with like 40 million gems in the thumbnail. It's like 40 million every hour. Use now. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So it's round 11. Once it reaches round 11, this is the point where you stop farming. Right? A general rule of thumb whenever you're doing any story mode or any 15 wave game mode in this game is you always stop farming at round 11, because after round 11 you only have a few rounds left to make money, and it's not enough rounds to recoup your investment that you spent on these guys. So yeah, that's just a little pro tip for you guys. Don't farm after round 11. You're going to be losing money. You're not going to be gaining. And that's the main thing that we don't want to do. So if you guys are watching the video, we upgraded Electric Cyborg up to upgrade 4, but we stopped. On all of them, we only went up to upgrade 4. Why? Because on upgrade 5, he unlocks Electric Beam, and that attack is horrible. That is an abysmal attack. It's a line AoE. Doesn't hit as many units as this attack does, which is the big, pretty circle AoE that we all know and love. So yeah, don't touch these guys for the rest of the run. Leave them on upgrade 4, and that is good enough. Up next, we want to start placing our supports. So let's place an Aokiji right in front of this guy, right in front of our Electric Cyborg. And as you can see, we made sure that he covers most of the track. And we're going to upgrade him to upgrade 4. That's when he unlocks his little Ice Stomp, and that's when he actually starts slowing. So that's why we want to upgrade him that far. Set him to strong so he can be hitting in like sort of a straight line. If you see, he's like always hitting forward instead of focused on enemies on the side, which will cause him to like hit less enemies. So that's why we put him on strong. Now we're going to spam a couple of UGs. Just the position doesn't really matter. Just make sure you put at least 3, and make sure that they have good visibility of the track at all times, because you know the role of support units is to be able to debuff at all times. So yeah, and set one of them to strong, set one of them to last, and with those targeting options you should be hitting all the units at all times. That's why we change it like that. And last but not least, we're gonna get some additional DPS by placing our Cursed Archer wherever we can find a good spot to place him. Right here is good. And you know, good thing about hill units is they always have some pretty nutty range. Like this is some nice range for a legendary. 24 tiles or 24 whatever this is, whatever metric this is supposed to be. Yeah, he's covering most of the track, and this is gonna be more than enough coverage to kill the boss. Now we're basically set. The setup is complete. We can just kick back, relax, let our units do the rest. But what fun is that? So we're gonna go overkill. So once it's round 15, you're not gonna make any more money from your Bulma, so just sell all of those. And now we are just gonna upgrade any units that we can right here. For this last round, I'd say it's okay to upgrade the Electric Cyborgs because you're only gonna be hitting the boss anyway. So yeah, here's the boss. 80k health, which if you didn't have Mythics might be a little challenging, but with this setup that we have right here, he isn't even gonna make it like halfway through the track. The slow units are coming in handy, the debuff, the bleed, and our critical 3. And just like that, floor 60 of Tower of Eternity is complete with no Mythics. That's gonna wrap up the video for this morning, I guess, and it's 1 a.m. as I'm recording this. And if you enjoyed the video and learned anything new, make sure to like, sub, comment, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. And if you stuck around to the end of the video, give me some song suggestions that I can put in these videos, and you know, I'll give them a listen, and if they're good, I'll be sure to add them in the next video. With all that being said, have a great, wonderful day or night wherever you are, and we will catch you in the next one.